name is sensei-pong with dorA.thI, and we've actually reached Chapter 8. Another opening, another show. Chapter 8. On Friday, you arrive to school bright and early for the meeting of the Gold Crown team. Meetings usually take place before first period. Mr. Pierce and Miss Clay think that waking up early is a sign of discipline and virtue. You file into the cafeteria, the only room besides the auditorium large enough to hold the Gold Crown team, and take your seat amongst the others. Pride rises within as you look around your fellow students. You're the best of the best at Kingsport High, and you're going to work to make the school a better place. Across the room, Taylor flashes one of her gorgeous smiles, showing how happy she is to see you here. Mr. Pierce strides in front of the room and clears his throat. Good morning, citizens, he begins. We have 2 items on the agenda today. First, the report from the prom committee. 6 months ago, Jake probably wasn't even planning to go to prom. You're sure he and Carla snickered at everyone who was obsessed with prom dates and limos from the perfect promposal. Now he's broken up with Carla and become the head of the prom committee. That also reminds you of the junior prom is coming up. It's pretty exciting, isn't it? Either I'm going to say exciting but confusing. I don't know which of my significant others I'm going to ask. Or I'll almost certainly have a date, but the prom really isn't my scene. Or, I guess so, but I'm more interested in focusing on the plan for the Vinculum and the Nexus. Yeah, we'll say that. Sure, the prom is big, but what you've got planned for the Vinculum and the Nexus is much, much bigger. Jake walks up and takes the microphone. His posture is perfectly upright, his hair perfectly combed, his voice perfectly neutral. I had a meeting at the prom. I had a meeting with the boat and rental company. They have agreed to the navigational path that we wanted. I continue to be certain that this event will go exactly according to plan. Mr. Pierce gives him a thin smile. Good, it must. You know why Mr. Pierce is so intent on the boat going into a particular location in the bay? That's where the Nexus is. What you don't know is what he and Miss Clay are planning to do once they get there. Although, if the Vinculum were brought close to the Nexus, that would probably make it very, very powerful. It could probably affect a lot more people. It could affect the entire junior class. Also, Jake continues, we have chosen a night to remember for the prom theme. Oh, that's Jake. Mr. Pierce looks much less interested in that piece of information, but nods again. Thank you, that will be all. Jake doesn't seem to mind the abrupt dismissal. He just goes back to his seat. The second item, and Mr. Pierce continues, is a matter of students who are not working up to their full potential. These words send a chill through the room. Even the model citizens tense a little. Westbrook, Mr. Pierce snaps. Colin practically jumps out of his seat. Yes, sir, he squeaks. You failed your last English test, says Mr. Pierce, his voice cold with disapproval. That is not the work of the Gold Crown team member. This is not the work of a model citizen. He turns his chilly gaze on the rest of the room. Those of you in the junior class, if you are struggling but show great potential, you may qualify for the Kingsport Summer Scholars Program. Juniors who need to improve their grades will be allowed to take courses over the summer. That will raise your GPA just in time to apply for college in the fall. Westbrook, you have a bit more time to improve. Colin lets out a huge sigh of relief. Who knows what he feared would happen. Today you will report to detention in room 014. Colin nods and sits back down. Oh, poor Colin. At exactly 7:45, Mr. Pierce says, the meeting is now adjourned. You are dismissed. You gather up your belongings and head out. Have a good day, Sensei, says Mr. Pierce as you leave. He's noticed us. Carla is waiting for you at the end of the day, lounging on her usual spot against the wall of the school, but instead of the crooked smile that she usually greets you, she wears a serious expression, and her voice is unhappily flat to match. Pong, we gotta talk. Uh-oh, it's never a good sign when your girlfriend says that to you. What do you mean? I mean, what are you doing, Pong, with the Gold Crown team and the scholarships and all that? Carla runs a hand through her hair, setting the dark curls into even more chaos. You know people are getting brainwashed, and you know people are losing their powers too. Your surprise must have shown on your face, because Carlo nods and confirms, yeah, you think... Oh, because Carlo nods and confirms, yeah, you think Will just decided he didn't want to use his powers anymore? No, he can't. Neither can Caitlin. That thing in the basement took him away. You want to be part of that? Taking away everything that makes you special, that makes us special? Well, do you? Either my response to Carlo will be, I need to go into a good college. I need those scholarships to pay for it. I'll do anything for that. Or, I never wanted these powers. I don't mind giving them up. Or, wow, I didn't realize. No, I don't want to be a part of anything that takes away people's powers. Or, you break the law every day. What do you know about making this school better? Bum bum bum. Say that. We'll stay on her good side. I think this is the safest way to go. Give me one moment. Maybe I need more sleep. There we go. You agree with Carla. Your powers are what make you special. It makes you feel a little sick to think people like Will and Caitlin have lost theirs, and even sicker to think you might lose yours. When you say that, Carla starts to come off the crest of her anger. Good. I thought you were better than that. I thought you'd understand. Glad I was right. So you're gonna quit Gold Crown to make sure nobody else loses their powers like that? Either I'm gonna respond, yes, I'm through with them, or I don't agree with them, but I'll find more information about their plans if I keep going to the meetings, or I can't quit. I really need those scholarships. Well, I only joined it to figure out what's going on, so I'm gonna say this. Smart, Pong, Carla grins. If you're not with them, then I'm with you. If you're not with them, then I'm with you. You'll need my help. You got it. We're gonna stop those people from messing with our heads, she finishes determinedly. Not like I'm not messing with her head now. Whatever. Okay. Sunday afternoon has become your default time for working on your plans for the Vinculum and the Nexus. Today, you're thinking about the Nexus more than usual, now that you know the prom boat is going to be sailing near it. I've been doing some research on the timing of the plan, Haley begins. Star charts, moonrise tables, that kind of thing. It's actually been really interesting, Haley adds enthusiastically. Anyway, I think I know when we need to do it. Doing any kind of magic connected to the Nexus will be more effective when the moon is full. It's more effective at moonrise. That means around 8 p.m. on Friday. In the middle of the play, you ask? Haley nods. But the thing is, it's not going to be subtle. Allison chimes in, yeah, it really won't. That much magic? There'll be a huge backlash. She looks uneasy at the thought. A big flash of light, a booming noise, maybe even a tremor. If you do that during the play, you're going to get noticed. It might even disrupt the play. So, when on Friday night are you going to try to put your plan into action? And do you want the show to go on? Either my choices are, I'll do it before the play and I want the play to still happen, or I'll do it before the play so the play won't happen. Or I'll do it during the play, but I'll try not to disrupt the show. Or I'll do it during the play, and I don't care about disrupting the show. Or I'll do it after the play is over, so I don't disrupt the show. Actually, I think this is a good point to cut off and wait until next time here on Sci-Hi. My name is Sensei-pong, signing out. Like and subscribe, everybody. And welcome back. My name is Sensei-pong, and this is Sci-Hi. And we're having another one of those meetings where we're talking about, what we're going to do with the Vinculum. And Haley's figured it out. We actually have to do it during the play. So, around the time of the play, because it goes with the moon cycles or whatever, some funky. It's up here. Pause this video and read it if you'd like. I'm giving you that moment right now to do that. And we scroll down and read the rest of it. But either way, here's our choices. Number 1, I'll do it before the play, but I want the play to still happen. Number 2, I'll do it before the play, so the play won't happen. Or number 3, I'll do it during the play, but I'll try not to disrupt the show. Or number 4, I'll do it during the play, but I don't care about disrupting the show. Or number 5, I'll do it after the play is over, so I don't disrupt it. well, the nicest thing to do would be doing it during the play and not caring about anybody else. Let's do that. That sounds fun. Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to talk about this in front of Haley? Nate is her twin brother, after all, and they hardly have any secrets from each other. No. I won't talk about it in front of Haley. Or, number 2, I'll ask Haley to keep it a secret. She understands how important this is. Or, Nate already knows I have a plan. He'll understand. Nah, I think it'd be more exciting if we just keep it a secret. There you go. Wow, that's a tough question, you muse. Can I think about it for a while before I make up my mind? Haley nods. Okay. Shut off, yo. That was my alarm for work. Sorry about that. Anywho. You already made up your mind, of course. You're just not telling her because you're evil. I'll be downstairs while you do it, Allison offers. I'll just keep an eye on things. Thanks, you smile. You smile at her. I'm actually going to do this. You have to say it out loud again, just to make it real. In less than a week, you're actually going to do this. Monday is the beginning of Tech Week, the last week before opening night. There are rehearsals and tech crew meetings every day, starting at the end of school and ending when the run through the play finishes or when Nate and Jessica are satisfied, whichever comes last. The group gathers in the auditorium on Monday is smaller than the group that gathers in the auditorium on Monday is smaller than it was when rehearsals started 2 months ago. As the number of model seasons have grown, the number of actors, artists, and costumers have shrunk. Every rehearsal and tech crew meeting begins with an uneasy roll call as Nate and Jessica see who's dropped out this time. Tonight, Nate is looking for Antonio. Has anyone seen him? Nate calls, shading his eyes against the stage lights as he peers out over the auditorium seats. Antonio is the boy playing George Gibbs, one of the lead roles. He's usually very punctual. If he's not here at the beginning of the rehearsal, something must really be wrong. Has he really dropped out less than a week before the show? Mike Desjardins speaks up from the back row. I heard he got into the Gold Crown team. What? Nate's voice spikes up, sharp anger and fear lifting it out of the usual steady calm. Nate knows what that means. Everyone does. He's dropping out, Mackenzie wails. How can he do that to me? What do you say about that? Wow, Nate, I'm sorry. Or, Mackenzie, not everything is about you. Or, Mike, are you sure? Or, I won't say anything. There's just too much chaos as it is. We're going to say, Mike, are you sure? Mike nods. Positive. He's doing that now? What the... Nate bites off the end of whatever he was going to say and runs a hand over his hair as he tries to pull himself together. Okay, I guess I'll play George until Antonio comes back, he decides. But you all know Antonio isn't coming back. For the rest of the rehearsal, everything is a little off. The lines drags, the light crew misses the same cues 3 times. Nate's a great actor and he knows all George's lines, but it's the first time he's ever actually played the part, and he has to keep half his attention on directing rather than acting. At least one thing has gone right, though. You take a quiet moment to open your mind to the vernacular. You sense the network of magic. You've woven into it over the last few weeks, and you're confident you have enough magic to make your plan work. Pretending to be Miss Clay and Mr. Pierce's side has been pretty risky, but it's given you a lot of freedom to spend time around room 014 in the vernaculum without anyone being suspicious about why you're there. By Friday night, the Kingsport High production of Our Town is as good as it's going to get, which, you have to admit, is much better than you expected. Nate has settled into the dual responsibility of acting and directing. Jessica has gotten the tech crew back on the usual smooth rhythm, and actors are at the top of their game. Backstage, everything buzzes with energy. Actors are running lines as they put on their makeup, while crew members tape down wires and organize props. Everyone is ready. The curtain rises as Mike, as a stage manager, alone on stage, setting the scene. With his words, he builds up a small town of Grover's Corners, New Hampshire. Its people, its environment, its joys and sorrows. The first time the audience laughs, the cast and crew breathe a collective sigh. Maybe this play is going to work after all. For most of the act, you're backstage or out in the hall, waiting to hear the cue that means you're on. When you do step out onto the stage, the brilliant rush of lights nearly dazzles you, but speak your lines and disappear again. You've decided you're going to put your plan into action during the play itself. It's risky, but it gives you the greatest chance of success. You've got plenty of opportunities to put your plan into action. The constable doesn't have many lines. You can easily sneak around backstage or take a moment to concentrate on your magic when you're on stage but not speaking. You know when best time to do it would be. During Mackenzie's big speech in the last scene, the emotional climax of the play, when Emily says goodbye to the world and acknowledges she needs to move on into death. The entire audience will be hanging on every heartbreaking word she says, which means absolutely nobody will be watching you. What's gonna happen? As the third act progresses, you can feel the tension mounting. The constable hardly has any lines in this part of the play. You're mostly just one of the crowd of silent onlookers, but you still have to stay focused, waiting for the right moment to act. Oh, what's gonna happen? You're gonna have to wait though, because we're gonna keep that a surprise. Watch next time to see what happens during this play when I completely disrupt it and destroy it and watch everything burn in flames. It'll be interesting, guys. Like and subscribe. Sensei-pong signing out.